Yeah, that's all I got. Welcome to Wednesday's video. It's coming up on Thursday morning because I had the weirdest, shortest, longest, most busy day at work. And it's just ugh. So yeah, I had to get some things done, wind down. But yeah, I'm doing alright now. So anyway, if you noticed, I'm missing some books up here. It's one of these books is missing. I actually looked online, and that last John Green book I ordered, they really did ship it with the slowest method possible because I don't know, it was like 20 days after or something, and I still don't have the book. But I should actually get it in about 4 days, maybe. Hopefully. Maybe tomorrow. I'll be excited if I get it tomorrow. I'll actually start reading it. I might, put Harry Potter on the back burner just to get it, because now I'm so anticipated to pick that book up. And, yeah, I don't know what to expect. I know the premise, the plot, but I don't know anything more about that. I've never read any of his books before. Aside from that, Hobbit book. So I'm missing the last book in The Lord of the Rings. Yeah, that's heartbreaking, because I actually got a really good story behind these books right here. See, when I was a young kid, I wasn't a very good student, and I didn't grasp things because I was bored. When a student is bored, is going to not do well in school. A bored student is a poor student. So you gotta keep your kids entertained. Basically, I was so bored I didn't want to do the work. Or I was like distracted by things that were like more cool. But anyway, like astrophysics or something. Anyway, this teacher like totally bargained with me. And he was like, if you do well, do all your work and do it well, I will grant you. God, this whole story sounds lame and cheesy in my head, but it worked. Basically, he bargained that if I did well, I would get my favorite book series, and I was like, hells yeah! So, I did well, and I did awesome, and I got The Lord of the Rings. And that was the most awesome thing that happened, like, throughout middle school, I think. So, where was I? So yeah, anyway, one of the books is missing, and that's because going from state to state, school to school, and eventually things get lost when you move a lot, so Return of the King, gone. Yeah, so that breaks my heart. I'm hoping it's in a box somewhere and I just haven't seen it in the last 10 years, but that really sucks. So yeah, might actually buy another complete set of that. Like one of the new hardcover ones, or like go for used, get some vintage, awesome Lord of the Rings novels. Because yeah, I don't know about you, but I like old books. I like the smell of them. I like how their pages yellow after time. I like the fact that other people have read them. Their fingerprints are in there. Their scribbles. That's the thing that I always liked when I was in high school. I don't know if I told you this story, but basically, I might have. Just glaze over this if I have. Basically, when I was in school, we'd always have those books, and, you get them, you write your name in them. I'd look and see whose names was in them. Kind of like Harry Potter. And, just like, see the names, wonder who they were, see what was written and drawn in the book, wonder who drew them. Was it Kathleen? Roberto? I don't know. But, yeah, it's interesting. And that's partly why I really got into archaeology. That's what I study in school when I can afford to go. Oh, yeah. Another thing that got me into archaeology was another teacher, and he was probably one of the coolest teachers. I have maybe like 4 or 5 really influential teachers to me, and what was his name? Oh, in 6th grade, I was in Pasadena, California. His name was Brian Preem. Yeah, if he's still a teacher around there, just awesome guy. So anyway, he studied archaeology in college as well, so he had this project that he did with his students, and basically he'd break the class up into groups, and each group would create a culture. We would build artifacts to the culture, write up what we were, who we were, and how we did it, basically. And we would go to a plot of land, bury our stuff, and we'd rotate. So then we'd find another site. We'd dig, catalog, chart, grid, that stuff, and we'd try to figure out what was where, who was what, and why. And that was just really cool. It was really awesome. I wish I could do something like that, because that was something that made me really enthusiastic to learn. But yeah, long story short, his his culture had baseball that was really important to them, so he buried his catcher's mitt, and it mildewed. Sad, sad day. But anyway, yeah. I guess I'm talking about education. But yeah, so yeah, that's important to me. I like teaching, I like learning. I study martial arts, and if you study martial arts, you have to teach martial arts. That's just the way it works. There's only one instructor. He walks around the room, he teaches you something, and you have to teach it to the people around you. You know, it kind of goes down like a waterfall. It goes from instructor, black belts, colored belts, white belts, something like that. And I don't pay attention to the belts anymore. It's usually when you're studying martial arts, you have to pay for the belts, you have to pay for the tests, and it gets expensive with each more rank you get. And sometimes it's a scam, I'm not gonna lie. I've gone through multiple schools, and I've actually had instructors that were all like, "You did good, here's a belt," or like, "You passed. In fact, you passed so much, here's another belt." And that's actually kind of shady, but, you know, I had already learned the material for that. I could do the kata, I could do the breaking, I could recite the stuff, but yeah. Anyway, so yeah, my bookshelf. It's not very impressive. I can't hold on to books. I actually have a lot of books just floating around somewhere in storage. Like, I know my dad has some wherever he is. I keep forgetting his address. It's same city, just different house. Yeah. What was I going to say? Oh, yeah. Really important to me is video games. I have a video game collection as well, and each of those has a story to me like this. So, I was reorganizing my shelves, because, you know, got a bookshelf, take all the books that I had on display off, and I was gonna, like, have movies, games, books. But then I noticed that I was missing Twilight Princess from the Legend of Zelda series, and that ticked me off, because oh man, there's a story behind that. story behind playing that, and I want that specific disc because it's got the receipt from when I bought it. So, yeah. Hopefully that's around here somewhere and nobody's stolen it. Yeah, that's about what's happening to me. Go, citizens of Egypt. Fight the power. I don't know what else to talk about, so bye.